Creatures of the night. I literally just woke up. When I tell you, Rampage literally put me in a deep sleep, I was just like so over it. By the time it was over, that very second the show was over, I fell asleep. Like I don't know what the hell to say about it. I know a lot of people don't watch Rampage. They feel like they're not missing out. There are some times I do feel like we get like a really good match or two and everything else is a waste of time. We have a really great match with Tony Storm and Alex Windsor. Alex has been making her rounds in AEW. Not surprised about that. And she's been pretty great, and I really enjoyed her. We obviously don't have anything where it's just like, all right, why she earned a match against Tony Storm, no clue, but this is happening. And Tony Storm comes into the ring, right? And normally she would give the title to Luther, and instead she's literally ignoring him the entire time, and she ends up giving the title to Mariah. Now, Luther obviously he's being shaded, but he's still there trying to support our champion, and she's absolutely ignoring him from time to time. She'll look on over to Mariah. Now, Mariah at some point ends up getting bullied by Alex, and Luther ends up bumping into what's her name, Mariah, and then Mariah gets hurt, I guess, and then Luther sort of get hurt, and she just completely ignores Luther and goes check up on Mariah, and Alex ends up putting a beat down on Tony. Now, I don't even remember hearing if the title was on the line or anything, but this was still a great matchup between the two of them. I know a lot of people are not necessarily familiar with Alex. She is the missus of our bruv, Will Ospreay. So I'm not surprised to start seeing her more often over in the company. I don't think she's signed or anything, but she is a really great wrestler, and it's been really great to see what she can do here. And it's really great to also see the story still happening here with Timeless Tony Storm and Mariah, and how things are going to end up translating onto Tony versus Mina at Forbidden Door, and we'll see what happens with all of these girls. It's interesting, really interesting. Tony Storm ends up taking the win with a Storm Zero. A lot of people don't seem to like this move, and for me, I think it's pretty cool. I think it looks harsh, especially for women doing a move like this. And for some people that don't like it, but for me, I'm just like, hey, it's super effective, and it looks great with her doing it. Tony Storm have that thing where she does the hip attack, and then she's like hitting her butt on her opponent's face. And usually when she does this, her clothes get full of makeup from the girl that she's doing this from every single time. Like, it is absolutely insane to see how much makeup these girls are wearing to be in the ring. I get it, but it's a lot of makeup. After the match, she and Mariah ends up celebrating, and they just ignore Luther like he's literally not there. I can't wait to see what happens with this story. It's very interesting. After this, we have Hardy Cameron, the one who somehow won a match against Trisha Dora yesterday on Ring of Honor. I have no clue how that even happened. She's just saying good things about Saraya. Whatever. I don't care. We're moving on. Now, we also get a video package of Thunder Rosa and Deonna Purrazzo. They will be having a match on Collision tomorrow, and that's going to be interesting. That first, they've had a thing going on for quite some time, which I thought was going to end up being a triple threat match between those two girls and Timeless Tony Storm for the women's championship. And they never went that route, which is really surprising. They had these girls go at it at Double or Nothing in the pre-show of all things, despite there really being a solid story between these girls. They put them on a pre-show. Deonna takes a surprise win during that pre-show match, and then now for the Collision 1-year anniversary, we're getting these two girls again. It's looking a little bit more promising for Thunder Rosa, and then we might get a third match at some point. I think that's the route that they're going with. Either way, can't wait to see these girls kill it again. After this, the Cage of Agony versus God knows who these guys are that they don't picked up. Squash. But when they have this match though, Bishop Khan, give me a call. God, this guy is so handsome. When they have this match, they're talking on commentary about, the Bang Bang Gang and them being trios champion. Basically, trying to make it seem like, these guys are so good that they can go after these guys. And I'm like, well, you're right. They are really good. But when you show 2-minute matches of scrawny people y'all don't pick up from the parking lot, who's truly going to believe that they're that good? My opinion, they should have never taken those 6-man tag titles off these guys for no reason a few months back. They did it twice, but it took it off these guys for no clear reason at all. They've never actually tried to build up the Ring of Honor 6-man tag division or the trios division in AEW, which is so strange to me. I don't know what the hell is going on. However, I would actually still like to see them get these titles. Now, you guys know the 6-man tag titles and the trios titles, they are unified, and I think it should stay that way. I really do feel like whoever has these titles should be bouncing between Ring of Honor and AEW defending these titles, because really there isn't too many trios for them to have 2 separate titles, and it will make things interesting for whoever to have these titles to be going between both shows. And right now, Bang Bang Gang have not been on Ring of Honor at all. They did show up at the last pay-per-view. When I tell you when they showed up, I mean like last second. Like they were never even booked to be on the show until the show actually happened. And these motherfuckers had to show up. They was like, ew, Ring of Honor? Let's hurry up and get the hell up out of here. That's what it felt like when they were on the Ring of Honor pay-per-view earlier this year. So we'll see what ends up happening. I don't like to squash things. It's not enough to truly show how great they are at all. But it was great to see these 3 in the ring. They have a recap video of Dynamite, and the recap video made the episode of Dynamite last week look so much better. I don't know what it is. It just looked like, holy shit. When you see that recap, it's done so well. It made you feel like you really missed a big show when really there was a lot of boring shit to sit through, and then you get the good stuff every once in a while. But I like the way they put the recap video together. After this, we do have what I think is a worthy match to sit through. We have Shota Umino versus Rocky Romero. Yes, these guys are from New Japan. If y'all not familiar with Shota, he is the protege of Moxley. So Moxley has taken him under his wing for quite some time now. And from what I see most recently, he does incorporate some of Moxley's best moves into his moveset too. So that's great to see. But if you're not familiar with Shota, I would say don't think because he's his protege that their wrestling style is similar. I actually think it's not similar at all. And it almost kind of feel like, he's his protege? Are you sure? We'll see what happened in maybe like a year's time or something with Shota. But this definitely was an absolute really great match here. I really did enjoy to see both of them. We have Forbidden Door coming up, so we're seeing a lot more New Japan wrestlers. Y'all already know Rocky Romero, he goes back and forth between New Japan and AEW. He's newly the vice president of New Japan these past few months. So he's really helping out with this, not merger, but this, the cross-promotional stuff that you see a lot with both of these companies. So it's really great to see that not only he's helping behind the scenes, but in the ring as well. A lot of people, I was just watching the clips on YouTube, and a lot of people was kind of upset that Rocky didn't win, and it says Shota took the win. And I'm just like, well, does it fucking matter? Like, they gonna get a prize out of this? No. If anything, you're getting, I guess, I don't want to say reacquainted, but pretty much you're learning who Shota is. I doubt that he's going to make the pay-per-view for Forbidden Door. Rocky probably won't make it for the pay-per-view either, but at least you get a chance to see who New Japan has representing them. Really great match. In the end, you can really see the influences of Claudio Castagnoli and Jon Moxley with Shota before he takes the win. And I like that. I really like seeing that. And I think that AEW fans, although they're not familiar with Shota, they can definitely see that this guy is definitely a fan of BCC. Now, after this, we get the whole lineup that we have so far for Forbidden Door. And it talked about Collision and what's going on for Dynamite. Pretty much to stretch the time. After this, they wasted our time with Satnam Singh versus some poor unfortunate soul. I was just like, all right. It was a few minutes before it was like 10 minutes left of the show. And I was just like, wait a minute, this better not be the main event. Now he comes out with Jay Lethal. and Sean J. Dudd. And they all come out, and I'm just like, okay, well, hopefully this is going to be something. He goes out there. His opponent's already in the ring. You already know how to do the jobbers. Already in there. And then he shakes his hand. And then Excalibur saying, oh, they're adhering to the code of honor. And I'm just like, you got the wrong show, Excalibur. This is not Ring of Honor. And then he realized that this is not Ring of Honor, so he retracts his comments. And I'm just like, bruh, I know, you're tired too. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. This show is boring me right now. Now, they end up ringing the bell, and literally all Satnam did was put this dude in a bear hug until the ref just felt like this man was being tortured enough and rang the bell. And I'm just like, why are we wasting time with this? Like, I don't want to say Satnam is not talented, but I would not know if he's talented or not because he doesn't do anything of importance in the ring. If you don't show, that's why I say the squash thing is just so stupid because you're not showing what someone can do when you just put them in there for literally seconds and want us to believe that this is a great wrestler. He hugged the man to death. That's all he did. I'm over it. I'm so fucking over it. After this, Jay Lethal gets in the ring. He has the mic and he goes, oh, I see what you did. You did it so quick. The smug I'm about to get in the ring with, I'm going to beat him even faster. And I'm just like, really? Okay, let's see. And it's Pac. Pac comes out and he has a really great match with Jay Lethal. And I felt happy for Jay. I was like, Jay, finally in the main event, we have not seen him doing anything main event worthy in years. I can never forget when Jay first came to AEW. I was super excited. When they announced him having Ring of Honor, I was super excited. I was just like, holy shit, they're gonna do something with Jay. And nothing has happened. Nothing of importance have happened. He's collecting chicks. And if that's all right for him, then whatever. Now, really great matchup here. And for me, I'm thinking in terms of storyline and what's going on. The other day, Pac has said how he's tired of taking L's and he's nobody bitch. He's a bastard, whatever. And I love the fact that the crowd is cheering, let's go bastard, let's go bastard. And I'm just like, only pro wrestling that this is okay. Anywhere else, this is not okay. It made it really fun. They really do have great chemistry with each other. And I'm watching this and I'm just like, okay, at some point the referee tells Satnam and Shantae to get the fuck out of here because they're so distracting with all this interference. And then you really get to see Jay Lethal do his thing. And I'm just like, I miss this. I miss Jay like this. Like what we gotta do to see this side of Jay Lethal way more often. And honestly, I don't know what it's gonna take. Well, you know what? I do. He has to leave that group of stooges and do his own thing. And for me, that group, as much as I love heels, they've never truly stood out to me for being heels. It's just like there's some goofy dudes that really don't make any difference. And that's really, really sad. Jay and Pac, really great match. They have a portion of that match. They always do that on AEW YouTube page. They put a portion of a match. Sanjay, what's his name? No, Satnam match. The whole thing is on there because it's a few seconds, but everything else is usually a portion of the match. And you can see how well Jay really performed. And I'm just like, I really want to see this more often, but unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be the case. Pac ends up winning here. And to me, it wouldn't have mattered. But based off what's going on storyline wise, it made more sense for Pac to take the win. But man, I don't know. We have to do better. We really do have to do better. 3 of these matches are actually worth it. Obviously, Tony's match. The match with Rocky and Shota was great. And then we had Pac and Jay Lethal, which was also great as well. Everything else is a fucking waste of time. And for me, it's just like there's potential with Rampage. You still have a really amazing roster to work with, but y'all feel like using this time for a 1 hour show. Rampage used to be so much better than what it is right now. It really was. And now we're at the point where just like for a Friday night, I'm not wasting my time watching this. Well, maybe me, but everybody else is not feeling it. That's why the numbers are really, really low in comparison to all the other AEW shows. But whatever. Tomorrow we have Collision. We have our stepdaddy he's going to have a Father's Day celebration thing. So I am definitely locked in for that. We do have other matches and stuff. Obviously, Deanna and Thunder Rosa and everything else I cannot remember right now, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be an even better show than Rampage. Guys, thanks for pulling up and watching my review. I'm going back to bed. Rampage it could have been better.